Hello. When you say you want to come to Get Real, Get Happy, it's because you're struggling in some area of life. Maybe your relationship's not working. Maybe you don't have the freedom you want. Maybe you don't have the money that you want. Maybe you're struggling to find fulfillment in yourself. Maybe you feel like you're not good enough. Maybe you feel like your life's always about other people. Ultimately, there's some area of life that is not meeting your expectations. So something about what you thought life was going to provide or what you think it can provide is not meeting what you think it should meet. And so you say, okay, I want to do something about it. I want to make a change. I want to come to Get Real, Get Happy. Now, Get Real, Get Happy, we're experts in creating transformational, dramatic change for people in their lives. But the next thing that occurs for people is blockages. So the minute they make a commitment or want to do something, they end up with blockages, and that's going to stop them getting what they're committed to. And three of the main blockages that people come up with are time, money, and children. So I just want to talk to you in this video about children and the blockages that people experience with children. So often people will say, I can't come to the course because I can't find anybody to look after my children. And that's a valid excuse and a valid reason. The thing is, though, is that somebody somewhere has your set of circumstances with the same issues, with the same sort of people in their life, and they're not being stopped by that problem. And that problem that you're experiencing that's stopping you coming to Get Real, Get Happy doesn't only hold you back in Get Real, Get Happy, it holds you back in life. So Get Real, Get Happy won't be the first time that you've experienced that children as a blockage. It will be something that occurs to you often, and you don't do things, or you feel restricted, or you feel like your freedom is curtailed by the fact that you have children. Now, what's needed here is a different approach to the way you look at the problem. But the reason that people don't want to change is because they love what is familiar. And what's familiar is based in their coping strategies, their belief systems, their rules about life, and what they will and won't do. But all of these things are the very same things that will hold them back. So Gal and I have two children. Little children, and four others, a couple of adults in there somewhere, but we have like a big blended family. Now our little girls are 4 and 6 years old, and most people that say they can't do the program because they have children would definitely not be able to lead the program because they have children. But having children does not stop Gal and I. So why are we different to you? That's the question that you want to ask. How are we different, and how do we make that work when you can't? And so what that's about working out, okay, where do my belief systems come from? Where do my rules come from? How am I with asking for help? How am I with, like, we've left our children with people that have got police clearance certificates and have been well known for looking after children and other people's children, but we personally still felt that it was difficult for us to leave them. Now, that's because of our belief systems and our rules about it. Once we let go of that and we change that, then we can start to look for options that we wouldn't normally address. And it's not about leaving your children where they're not safe. You can leave them where they're safe. But it's about realizing that your expectation or your belief system or your rules or your story about what you can and can't do and what isn't acceptable to you is the very thing that's holding you back and limiting you anyway. And the reason that you want to change is because you're sick of that problem. But to change takes a change in your beliefs and rules. And that means you've got to step out of what's familiar to you and start to look for other scenarios and other solutions to the problem. You essentially need to become more resourceful. So it's not about how much resourcefulness you have, it's about how resourceful you are. And Gal and I are experts in being resourceful and teaching people how to do that. So when you have a problem, like, okay, I can't do that because of the children, what you're saying is you're saying some way that I think is keeping me small in that area and is stopping me getting what I want in life. And what I need is help and support in expanding my thinking and looking at different options. And I need to call around people that are experts in those areas to find out what's possible. Because otherwise, what will always happen to you is the opportunity of doing something will come up and you'll be excited about it, you'll want to do it, but the blockages, time, children, money, will come into place because you've never spent the time to grow who you are in a way that allows you to overcome those burdens. Now, because I've spent the time growing myself, I wasn't always this way, I didn't always have this much resourcefulness, but because I've spent the time growing those aspects of my life, challenging my belief systems, challenging my rules, challenging my stories, I'm able to create a better life, a life that gets me what I want, a life of love, fun, joy, excitement, happiness. And I'm not held back by my excuses of, I can't because of the children. Now, I know from where you're sitting, that seems hard to believe. And I'm sure you're saying to yourself, well, I don't think he really knows my life and I don't really think he knows what it's like for me. But I assure you that I do, and I do understand it. I've created this change in hundreds of thousands of people over the years, and I've created this change in myself. And it's never the circumstances that are the issue. It's the way you look at the circumstances and your attachment to the circumstances. I've had plenty of people with 1, 2, 5, 10 children come to our seminars. I've had people come into our seminars that babysitters and family members told them that they weren't going to look after their children on the Thursday night just before the course started. And instead of going, okay, we can't come, they went, okay, how are we going to make this happen? And I've had those people make that happen as well. The thing is, if they can do it, you can do it. If it's possible for them, it's possible for you. It's just a question of working out how do you have the breakthrough and change your mindset so that you can do that. And often the thing that gets people to the course is the very thing they need a breakthrough in order to be able to live their life in a more powerful way. So what I'm inviting you to see is you are more than you think you are, and the excuse you are using that the children are stopping you is an excuse that millions of people are overcoming every single day. So if millions of people are overcoming it every single day, then that means it's available to you. It's just a question of whether or not you're willing to commit to it, make the changes, make the uncomfortable choices, like perhaps ask somebody that you wouldn't normally ask, look outside of the box you normally look in to find solutions, or ask friends or other people to support you in finding a way forward. And I promise you, you can do it because of the amount of people that I know have done it in the past. There is no circumstance, children included, that will stop you creating what you want to create once you unleash the full potential of everything that's inside you that is at the moment capped by your restrictive belief systems and your rules and your stories. And I'm happy to have any conversation with anyone about supporting them in finding another solution for looking after their children so they can be at the weekend. Okay, guys, thank you, and take that into account and let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.